Good morning. Excuse me. This morning I've been working to refine the shape of the beads, or the pearls, I should say. The I think I mentioned in a previous video that I had changed this from being 7 beads, 7 larger pearls, into 8. And I still wonder if maybe I should have made them into 9 because they're still a little bit large compared to this. But I wasn't consistent on this, sadly. I was trying so hard to be, but I think my brain just can't do it. But what I'm trying to do is that the necklaces are the things that identify the sisters the most and are probably more emotional for them because each is a gift from the other. And this is a necklace of natural pearls, and so I'm trying to get them more like the shape they are. Because of the way that I cut through here to make the divisions of each one, it was very natural for the beads to be oblong this way. However, the reality of the necklace itself is that the beads are actually long. They're longer than they are wide, and so this is what I'm trying to work on now. I don't need to be exact because I can't do it, and also it's perhaps not necessary, but I do want to see if I can remove some of the roundness of this stuff to make them look a little bit more like the original necklace. And then I've got to come and clean up the crucifix here on this one and also get the plane right, because from this angle it's thinner here and it gets larger here, and I never intended that, but for a long time now I've just left it as a place marker. And so those are the refinings that I'm doing today. Thanks for watching. Borsheimarts.com, and find me on Patreon /Kelly Borsheim. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting and sharing. I'm putting my logo on this. Kelly Borsheim, Borsheimarts.com. Ciao, ciao. Hello again, it's Kelly Borsheim, and I wanted to share with you what I'm working on today. I've been making my logo as my signature. It is actual a triangle because that's the way I see the world. I see all shapes in triangles and even curves. And then this is actually reminiscent of the outline of a female torso I did called Leaning Torso. It was one of my student projects when I was a kid, when I was 1994, when I was 30 years old and realized I'm a sculptor. And anyway, this is the curve of this is the waist, this is the rib cage, and this is the hip, and that's the little hint of the breast. So it was interesting because working with the graphic designer to design my logo, they came up with such boring things when I told them I wanted to have something with curves and triangles. And then I finally had to show them some of pictures of my sculptures to say, this is how I see the world and all this. So anyway, that's a little bit of the background on my logo, but I decided to put that instead of writing Borsheim because it was so big. It's difficult for me to write lettering and do stuff like that in stone. So now I'm moving over to the feet here. I've been working on sanding out some of the tool marks for the toes. You know, they're not realistic, but I don't care. I don't want everything realistic. Now here what I'm doing is I'm cutting underneath because I kind of want this feeling of the 2 feet here emerging from under a soft, fleshy, technically I suppose a bum, but anyway, so to get that, do you see how here I don't have the line so much? It's not as interesting. And here where I've been carving under, what I want to do is have this go from the profile, well, you'll see a little bit of this tucking in and then this kind of poofing out. So I've been working very hard to make a slender, slender line here and give me that tight crunch curve. Because, for example, your fingers have soft flesh on the pads. When you push them together, do you see that they can be quite close together and still, do you see how they push out? That's the kind of effect that I'm wanting. Whereas if you have two hard surfaces come together, can't think of anything. The nails, I guess, but I can't physically do that while I'm making a video. Anyway, the way that things come together, hard and soft, tells a lot about the quality of themselves. So here I have the fleshy balls of a foot that aren't too fleshy because, of course, we have bones, a lot of bones in the feet. And then I have the big bum muscle, which would be fleshy. I don't have a lot of material to make this very dramatic. I mean, I suppose I could really go in, but I just want to give a little hint. For me, it's these small details like this that make the piece much more interesting than just getting along here. Here you can see I've cut the foot down because I had the ankle bone was way out here, and goodness, the ankle doesn't reach halfway down the foot. So that was kind of a silly thing, but it was me being cautious because I wasn't sure where the foot was going to end up being, and I wanted to make sure I had it. But here I feel like the ankle bone is too prominent, so I've been shaving this down little by little as well when I work the surface of this. So I'm going to keep on with this, get this line sharp all the way. Now, an interesting thing is when it gets here, if this is a soft, fleshy, but large form, it's not going to fall every little detail like this. You know, it's not like having a latex suit on or something. So what I'm doing is I'm moving it a little bit. You get a little bit more shadow here because the fleshiness of this is curving under slowly and then going under there. Again, and I'll do it here on the between the 2 feet. So I'll be carving in a little bit more here to cause another shadow, and that'll also help you tell the separation between the 2 feet. Okay? So again, it's a small detail, but those are the kinds of things that I like. And thanks for watching. This is Kelly Borsheim at borsheimarts.com. Check me out on Patreon, YouTube, Pinterest, Etsy, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course my own site at borsheimarts.com. I appreciate your watching, sharing, and liking. And don't forget, buy some art if it moves you. Enjoy your life. Ciao, ciao.